Howdy folks, we're here. We are doing some serious shooting here today apparently. This is another Remembrance Day 2020 shoot. A little mini series we're doing here of some different blind taste tests. So this is another bourbon one we're doing. 4 bourbons we have chosen here. We're gonna kind of, we're gonna see if I can guess which one's which basically. So we've got Wyoming whiskey. This one, I just bought this bottle recently, just a few days ago. So I haven't tried it much. 88 proof, 44% alcohol. Small batch bourbon whiskey. Here it is. Batch number 63, bottled on August 16th, 2019. Yeah, I mean, my first impression of this actually is I liked it at first, but then my second or third glass, which I clearly have not had much, it felt a little bit rough actually. Kind of just boom, it gets in there. I found it a little bit jarring almost. I'm not too sure if it's in a good way yet. So, be interesting if I can pick this out of the lineup here. We've got here also Rising Creek. I haven't tasted this in a long time. I mean, this bottle's been sitting here since the summer. At about this level. But Rising Creek, it says Ultra Smooth Rising Creek Bourbon Whiskey Reserves. 45%, 90 proof. It says a fine sipping whiskey with a long, smooth finish featuring rich oak flavor and undertones of toffee and spice. If I recall, this one is okay. It's probably not one of my absolute favorites, but obviously I drank enough of it. So the third one here is Buffalo Trace. So Buffalo Trace, I think this is a really popular brand nowadays, it seems like. But I'll say I do find this a little bit boring actually at times, compared to maybe what people seem to say. Although I've never tried some of the higher, any other version other than this. So we'll see if I can pick that out of the crowd here. Elijah Craig, this one also is fairly new. Just bought it about a week ago. This is 47%. Elijah Craig small batch. This one is really nice. I mean, really, really nice. I had a very good impression of it so far. Very smooth, a little bit of sweetness, really enjoyable. So, if I were to rank these by the labels right now, 1 to 4, kind of an interesting little exercise, and then we'll see what happens with the blind taste test. But to date, I would say this is my favorite. And then I'd say it's a tie between Wyoming whiskey and Buffalo Trace for number 2, and then 4th would be Rising Creek. So let's see what happens if I kind of match up to that or not. Okay, so the first one I'm going to try is purple. Who is purple? Oh, which one's that? From the nose, I'm just totally going to guess that that's Buffalo Trace. Now let's try the red. Can't really smell much on this one, kind of a muted nose. I'm going to guess that one might be Rising Creek. And oh boy. Okay, I'm going to guess this one's Elijah Craig. This one's Wyoming whiskey. That's just a real rough preliminary guess just from the nose of all these. Now let's get into these bad boys. We'll see. I'm not overly familiar with all these whiskeys to a degree, so this is going to be a tough one for me to try to even get close to being very accurate. clue what that is. Oh. Oh boy. Might be any one of these first three, maybe, which isn't saying much. Oh boy, that's different. Very different than the first one. Wow. This one is kind of almost a little bit tinny, and like, you know, tinny was always kind of a bit of a impression I had the Rising Creek a little bit, which is sort of a taste that if I get that tinny aftertaste in any sort of say bourbon, sometimes you get that, I find, or Canadian whiskey sometimes. It's not my favorite aftertaste, so to speak, or sort of taste. I just feel like that's maybe the Rising Creek. Try this one. Oh. Now, it still may or may not be the Buffalo Trace, you know, may or may not be. I feel like it didn't eliminate it, but didn't confirm anything really. Oh, you know, there's a richness to this one. A richness, smoothness that I really feel reminds me of the Elijah Craig. Elijah Craig has just got that deep, rich, just gives you a number of different flavors. Just a nice, oh, that is really, really nice tasting whiskey at this moment. Really like this. Now, if it ends up being one of the ones I didn't like, that's the interesting part, right? So, but I do think that might be the Elijah Craig. I'm going to kind of stick with maybe this one. That one seemed to be maybe the Rising Creek. And these two, at the beginning I said that the Wyoming whiskey had a bit of a rough, sharp boom to it. So I'm going to look for that. And you know, it's funny because I always said the Buffalo Trace was a little bit boring, didn't have a lot of that. So it's interesting that, let me see if I see a difference between these two. Assuming I'm right on the other two, which I might not be, right? So you know, I'm going to just clean my palate here just a little bit. Hope you guys had a great day today, Remembrance Day. I mean, hopefully you didn't have to work. You know, think back to all the sacrifices the soldiers made. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's a very important day here in Canada. Okay, let's clear out the palate. Yeah, they made all the sacrifices so we could do this sort of thing, you know, for heaven's sakes. I'm going to stick with that original sort of, what's the term like for the original gut reaction there. Yeah, I think I'm settling in on this. Now, when it comes to today and I'm doing this tasting, I would definitely say this is my favorite right now. Keep these together. It'd be interesting to see how right I am and what my favorites are here, at least today. So we've got favorite, probably second favorite, and probably third favorite. And I can't quite remember what I said, but I think I had said that these two might be tied. That's probably the order I would go in terms of just the tasting today and kind of my general ranking at this moment. So anyways, now we're going to see, was I right, was I wrong? Let's take a look here at the answer key, so to speak. Okay, so it says blue here is Elijah Craig. Which is blue? Oh, okay, got that one right. Okay, that feels good. Good start. Pink, it says, is Wyoming whiskey. What color is this one? Oh, no, wrong there. Wow. So I went with Rising Creek on that one. It looks like. Jeez. Okay. White, it says, is Buffalo Trace. So I got that one wrong too. Okay. And red is the Rising Creek, which I got that one right. Okay. So it looks like I got 50% here. Got that one right, got this one right, got these two mixed up. Which is interesting because I feel like I was trying to decide on those two. That's really interesting. So this is the Wyoming, Okay. That is interesting. You know, I just get kind of semi-similar flavor profiles between these two. But it's funny how I said that I thought one was kind of a harsh, kind of gives you a little pop in the chin, so to speak. And the other one is smooth and easy. Maybe a little bit boring, but to mix them up is very interesting to me. I haven't spent a lot of time. I've kind of dismissed Buffalo Trace a little bit, and Wyoming I haven't spent a lot of time with it. So, but this kind of opens my eyes about maybe Buffalo's got a little bit more to offer in terms of its a little more interesting kind of push. If I mistaked it for one that I thought was a bit rough, which I enjoy. I enjoy a little bit of a rough pop, a little bit of a rougher journey here and there. I like to be surprised a little bit. So that's really interesting. Yeah, I hope you guys are all enjoying the dram yourself here. And this is fun. And I'm glad you could watch, and we'll see you again soon.